Okay, I got it. Hold on.
All right, so we're going to switch, guys, from my screen to Mr. Rodney's. We'll switch back to my screen because if we have time permit, I do want to go over a few things with you. But again, I want to give the bulk of the time to Mr. Rodney Mitchell. So I'm going to be quiet and let him talk. And you guys, if you have any questions, take some notes, type them in. Rodney, the floor is yours. Take it away, my friend.
Well, first off, I want to. Well, can you see my screen?
Oh, I see your screen clearly.
Okay. And I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to speak. Everything you've done for us as leaders in this company, being a role model, we truly appreciate it. The play, I mean, that you guys, if you haven't locked in and zeroed in on understanding running the play, I mean, you're missing it because Brian has outlined it to be so simple to follow, and everyone that follows those steps, I mean, that's exactly what I'm doing. All I'm doing is doing my version of running the play. But it's the blueprint that Brian has laid out for us that I'm following. I definitely want to give a shout out to my mentor and leader, upline leader as well, Sebastian Chambers, who's been, I mean, you already know, man, what you mean to me. My brother from another mother, I just truly appreciate everything that you've done for me, helping me in this business, showing me the opportunity. You know, I definitely, you know, shout you out as well. And, you know, Team Millionaires, I see you guys out there. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Sandy. I see that she's on the call as well. She just came in today, brand new gold distributor, or sorry, gold IBO. So definitely welcome to the team. You know, I just see so many of our team has been having success and continuing to put me on the phone and make phone calls with them and just much success. I just see much success and to the top. That's where we're trying to go. Just like Brian just got done saying. I mean, I'm really trying to get this. Excuse, by the way, if you hear my screen dinging a lot, it's because my messenger is lighting up. So right now we have a Filipino group, and they're just now waking up, and they're asking a bunch of questions. So just bear with it. But I definitely want to, you know, share with everyone exactly what I've been doing. To be honest, it's nothing spectacular or anything like that. Just really following the blueprint of the play, and really just having a consistent commitment to make it happen. A lot of times, you know, especially with Good Life so far, I've been building since February. Right now, I guess I have about 30, what is it, 38 or 39 frontline distributors. And you know, all of the, you know, with all of the ups and downs that Good Life has gone through, I've just decided in the very beginning I'm just going to be consistent, regardless of what Good Life does, regardless of what everybody else around me does. I'm just going to put my head down and grind it out and get it and try to get it done as best as I can. So kind of just to give you a little number, you know, throwing just numbers out there, just because I know people like to hear, well, what are the numbers? So I guess just within the last 30 days, I've only signed up 10 people, and to me that's just not enough, especially for me. The reason why I say that is because if you can see my screen right now, you're looking at one of my posts, and this is probably my most popular post, and I've actually written all this down, so everybody that wants a copy of everything that I have laid out, scripts, all that type of stuff, I actually have it written all down, and I've already sent it to Brian, so, and I'll have an updated version this evening. That way everyone gets a copy of it that wants it. But to me, it's about filling up that legacy tree. We got to get that legacy tree filled. We got to get the company numbers getting up, so that way, you know, we all get paid. You know, we all benefit. That's the beauty to me about this business. The fact that we all benefit from helping each other. It's truly a win-win. And so I think because of that, I felt extremely comfortable sharing this opportunity with just about anybody and everybody. Um, so kind of real quick, that's just, you know, a little background on kind of where my heart is, you know, when it comes to this business, and things like that. But let me get into the training real quick, or what I do specifically. So you're looking at one of my most recent, well, not my most recent. Here, let me get back. Hold on real quick. So this is actually my most recent post, and this was posted on September the 4th. So let me see, September the 4th, yeah. And this is typically what my script is. I typically use this same picture, real easy, no selling. Imagine having a $200 gift that you could give to anyone at any time for free and make $100 for each one you give away. I pretty much just took that from the old 4-minute video and just typed it out, basically. And then I use this picture just because, to me, the picture exemplifies the opportunity for large amounts of income to be generated if you're giving away cards and being able to earn $100 for each one. Pretty simple behind that. But at the same time, it's extremely powerful visually, as well as, you know, mentally for a lot of people to see and grasp and, you know, really want to get more information on it. This post was August 23rd, same thing, same exact texting. This has actually been my biggest post to date. I've had several of them hit 500, 600, 700 comments, but this was the biggest I've had to date, 906 comments. And so what that is, exactly, that means that 900, and that's comments of people asking me for information and me going back into the post to tell them to add me to Messenger. So just to kind of give you an idea. So some of the common questions that I get asked usually when it comes to Facebook is, where should I post? You know, most people want to know, where should I post? Should I post on my own personal timeline? Should I post in groups? Should I post in travel groups? Where should I post? So for me, this is where I go to the most. The most success that I've had is in posting in the work from home ASAP group, like the one you see. So anybody that wants to know, as well as Carol's World. Carol's World is another one that I post in frequently and have had extremely great results from that one as well. I typically do not post on my personal timeline, and let me kind of back up to explain why. When it comes to Facebook, I try to reverse engineer my result. So in other words, I wanted to go dig into the psychology of what someone goes through whenever they're approaching someone that they don't know, asking about a business that they're interested in. So what I mean by that is I've tailor-made my profile to fit exact, like everything I do in my profile is intentional. What that means is, from my profile picture to the pictures that you'll see when you go onto my my page, from the different posts that you'll see, I screen everything to where I make sure that when people go, because one of the things that I'm doing is telling people to add me to Messenger. In order for them to add me to Messenger, they have to go to my profile page, and typically they fish around first before adding me, because they want to know, who is this guy? Is he trustworthy? You know, is this legit? So they want to see who you are, what you're doing. And so I've strategically put everything on my page on purpose. And so that's probably the biggest point I can point out first of all, is that you want to make sure before you start posting, you go through comb through your profile, you know, anything that you don't want to necessarily be associated with negatively or in the minds of other people negatively, make sure you take it off. Make sure your profile picture is a high resolution picture. I like to use my family because that's the thing most near and dear to me. But at the same time, you would not believe how many comments from people that I've had just on my profile picture before they even asked me for information. So definitely keep that in mind as well. Because people want to be able to trust you. There's so many scams, especially on Facebook. And I tell people from time to time, Facebook is a tough market to market in, and it's because there's so many scams. You're marketing pretty much in a cold market. You don't really know anybody. In fact, my first five people that I signed up into the business, I knew. After that, everybody else has been from Facebook. So you're marketing to people who you don't know initially, but after conversations with them, talking with them, sharing your heart with them, then you become best friends. So I've been able to be blessed in the sense that I've been able to make some really good friends. I believe lifelong friends and business partners, in Good Life so far. But anyway, getting back to the profile, make sure you want to have your profile page tailor-made to be able to accommodate the influx of people getting ready to hit it. So the next step that I typically do is so that's really the answer to the question of where should I be posting. I don't typically post on my personal page because, for one, I don't want my personal page cluttered when people come to it to add me to Messenger. Two, I don't want to seem or come off as being either pushy, or it almost looks like someone's trying too hard whenever, because I've seen it on other people's page, that in past, when I've actually been looking for an opportunity and I see them posting about their business all the time on their personal page, it's kind of just a turnoff. Most people see it as a turnoff. So I wanted to make sure that if I do post about Good Life on my personal page, it's spaced out between time. It's not every day, several times a day, that type of thing, or even every single day. It's few and far in between. So you definitely want to make your page tailored to support this. So what should I do after I post is another common question. So if you haven't received any comments yet, let's say you just posted, and if you have not received any comments, usually for me, after 1 minute, if I haven't received any comments, I begin juicing my post with up to 10 related Good Life pictures, or until I start to receive comments asking for information. So everybody probably, or some people may be wondering, what's juicing? Okay, juicing is basically I go into the comments section and add pictures. The reason why I do that is because Good Life has an algorithm. Facebook has an algorithm that it will only show your post once it starts to achieve high engagement. So once it starts to achieve high engagement, it pretty much takes on a life of its own, and that's when you get the viral effect. But in order to initiate that, sometimes I juice my post in order to make that happen. And like I said, if I usually don't get any comments within the first minute, then I usually begin doing it usually after 10 pictures, or a lot of times it's sooner than that. I don't even need to do all 10. And then I'll go to start doing one, and all of a sudden I'll start getting comments. Because one of the other things that I try to do as well is I try to post at specific times and on specific days. I've had my best success has come in the very beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. For obvious reasons, payday for most people. Typically, Monday, early mornings on Monday, people just got into work, they're off the weekend, and now they're like, oh my God, I got to get back to this job. Let me try to find something. So Monday mornings are great. Friday evenings are also really good times as well, because most people either got paid. Let me go ahead and look for something that's going to be beneficial to my family and financially. A lot of times as well, midweek. is a great time to post. Wednesdays, or what people call hump day, is a great time to post. For me, I usually like to post in the mornings or in the evenings, and the reason why is because Facebook, because Facebook is global, you want to be able to hit marketplaces when they're awake and when they're peak hours for the time zones, not just in the United States but around the world. So a lot of times when I'm posting in the evening time in the United States, people are winding down, settling down at home. Now they have some time to look at, they're on their phones looking at Facebook, but also overseas, especially in the Philippines, they're just waking up looking for an opportunity. So, and you want to make sure you try to hit both markets at the same time, because it does wonders for juicing your post. It increases your engagement, which will allow your post to constantly be seen by more people on Facebook, therefore more people commenting. Because people, when they see other people commenting on a post, everybody thinks, wow, I want to check it out too. I'm going to comment as well. So that's typically that viral effect that you start to see. And that usually happens, as I mentioned before, early mornings or in the evenings, because you're able to hit more of the world at the same time. So another common question that I get is, what do I do after I start to receive comments? Now this one, this one is kind of tricky, in that once people start to comment info, in this I say contact me or comment for info. Most people will comment info. Once they do that, then what I do, just to show you what it looks like. Hold on, bring this down. Okay, so what that looks like is here. You can see the post. So I'll go into where they ask for info, please. I'll go in and comment a reply comment to that person saying, add me on Messenger. I do that for several reasons. First reason being that I want to avoid Facebook jail. I've had people tell me, how are you able to send out so many messages? I get thrown in Facebook jail after about 25 or 30 messages, which is true. The reason why I ask people to add me on Messenger and I don't go to that person and add them to Messenger first is because of what I just mentioned. Facebook won't allow you to send out but a certain amount of messages a day, and if you exceed that amount, they will suspend your account. Basically, that's what Facebook jail is. So that's the way that I get around going to Facebook jail, and I'm able to send out 900 comments, to people in a day, within a 24-hour period or whatever, that are asking for information. So that's how you avoid Facebook jail. You ask them to add you onto Messenger. And then usually what I do is, a couple days after my post has kind of fizzled out, I'll go back into my post and physically add the people who didn't add me on the Messenger, but I make sure that it's no more than 20. So that's how I'm able to follow up with the people who didn't add me to Messenger. But about 80% of the people that ask for information are going to add you to Messenger if you tell them to add you to Messenger. Let me see. So yeah, and so the second reason that I do that is because it continues to increase your engagement of that post. So for each comment, because Facebook doesn't care where the comment's coming from, but if it's getting comments, it's going to increase the engagement. More people are going to see your post. So I'm telling people to add me to Messenger for those two reasons. To escape Facebook jail, or to avoid being my account being suspended, and then also to continue to increase the engagement on Messenger. So let me go to a post real quick. Because then the next question is, okay, and also with this too, keep in mind, at first, when you're getting this many comments, at one time, you know, the very first time that it happened for me, it was overwhelming. So I will warn you ahead of time, it will seem overwhelming. And the reason why is why I say that is because you might have 10 to 15 people all ask for information within, you know, 30 seconds, you know, a minute. So it can seem overwhelming to where you're like, man, I need to hurry up and get back to them. I'm trying to send this, I try to send that. So the way I prioritize it is make sure you go back to the post, add me on Messenger, keep increasing that engagement because you don't want that to die. Even if you take time, you have to take extra time to send a message to someone after they've already added you to Messenger. I would rather take the extra time on that end than for my post to actually fizzle out and die off. So make sure if you're prioritizing your time, you go back to the message, ask them to add you on the Messenger, and then get back to the person and send them the information. So let me get onto one of my messengers real quick. So what I'll do is I'll go into one of my posts and show you exactly. Hold on. Yeah, I'll show you exactly the process that I'm going through. What's up, Terrell? Let's get it. Yes, sir. Okay. So. Okay. What's this? Okay. Okay. So this is Sandy. Okay. So this shout out to Sandy. In fact, she came in, she got enrolled today. So this is perfect. I guess I could just show you hers. So what I do typically is, you know, hello, check out the hello Sandy, or, you know, it really, my script is just hello, and then I go in and, you know, type in the person's name. Check out this quick 4-minute video and let me know what you think. The Good Life Sizzle video, run the play every day. If you have the 800 link, you know, typically after they watch that, then I'll go ahead and the next step is to call my 800 or my 580 number to listen to the 18-minute overview of Good Life USA, or I can send a 30-minute video and then text me back for the next step. So let me scroll down because let me go back here. Yeah, this is a lot easier to show you. Okay, yeah. So this is what I send to everyone that gets started on our team. So this is perfect. So yeah, after the video, people usually have questions. So we usually get them on a 3-way call with a team leader. So this is my script. Can I set up a call with you to ensure we have all your questions answered? I promise you it is a no-pressure call. It's to help you make an informed decision. What's your phone number and a good time to call? Make sure you ask for the phone number and find out what a good time to call. That script actually came from Thomas Hewitt, a guy on my team, great guy, strong leader as well. And he was getting me on the phone with so many people. One day I just flat out was like, man, what are you telling people? Because you're getting me on the phone more than anybody. And not just me, he was getting me and Sebastian on the phone, like back to back to back. Like I would get off the phone, he'd have another one lined up with Sebastian. He'd get off that one, he'd have another one lined up with me. So I just asked him, you know, can you send me your script that you're telling people, or, you know, getting people's phone number. And so that was the script that he sent me, and I've been using that script ever since. So, you know, I have the phone numbers listed for them, but usually, let me get back. So what we're doing is, yeah, we're trying to set up that 3-way call. You know, getting back to, you know, running the play. Also, by the way, I have these templates in another form that I've already sent to Brian, so that way you guys will be able to see that. These are some of the other pictures that I use from time to time, but as I mentioned before, this picture right here has been, you know, the go-to picture for me, and I sent that picture as well, so you guys, if you don't already have it, then we'll definitely make sure that you get that picture. Try to real quick, I guess before I keep going, does anybody have any questions? If you do, please type them in, because I would kind of rather, you know, it'll be just easier for me to answer any questions that people have, or areas that I maybe went over too fast, to kind of, you know, clarify or reiterate. And if not, then I can definitely keep going. But you know, so one of the things too that I've seen, because I've been asked this question as well. Well, do you ever specify in your post? Because if you guys notice, I did not specify in the post. I did not specify in the post United States or Canada only. I've seen a lot of people use that, and to me, I don't believe in you know, boxing people in or limiting the opportunity for people. The reason why I say that is because that tapping into the international market, especially on Facebook, is key to increasing your engagement, for one reason. The other reason is, you know, we actually have a Filipino team right now that we've been building, you know, pre-registering, and right now we have what is it, 23 people in where is it at? 23 people pre-registered in the Philippines. Where is that? Team Total Wealth Millionaires Filipino. So kind of just to give you an idea of one of the things that what we do and how we stay connected to them, because staying connected with the team is key. And so, you know, as you're getting people pre-registered, that's definitely something. And I have scripts for that as well, because, you know, a lot of times people will ask me or ask, hold on, where is it? I'm trying to see the amount of people. Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, so these are all the people. There's 23 of them total. But yeah, and so one of the things that we do is we keep track of everyone that's pre-registered with us, because whenever GoodLife emails them their PR pre-registration number, we have them screenshot that number to us to verify first before we even add them to this, basically our chat training group, where we've you know, just kind of showing them how to get a head start on sharing the opportunity with people in their country. That way they can start building a team. We already have a couple that have been doing that, you know, sharing it and building people, building a team, and also bringing them into this group as well. And as I mentioned before, yeah, I have scripts for what in fact, let me get back to it. So it's easier to use cities because I just got done sending it to her. Where is it at? Okay, so this is my script for whenever people ask, because they're always going to ask, even on your comments, they may ask, is this U.S. only or is this other countries? And so this is what I typically tell them. You know, we have not officially launched in your country. We will be launching there soon. Right now, we are offering you the opportunity to pre-register to hold your spot. Once we launch, the company will contact you to give you the opportunity to officially join us. This is exciting for you because you will be one of the first to join our company from your whole country. In order to pre-register, you would go to prereg.goodlifeusa.com. You'll use Enrolled ID, you know, 1, 2, 3, or whatever your ID is. And so that's what we're doing. And I mean, so far it's been working. I also we have other people pre-registered in other countries, India, Nigeria, Bahamas, um, South Africa, UK, Ireland. Um, I just I don't keep track of all of them the same way that I do with the Philippines. I have them in another group, but that's kind of how I've been keeping track of them. And as I mentioned before, I'm always asking for that screenshot to be verified from everyone. And I think I covered mostly everything. I guess if anybody has any questions, I can't see any.
All right, let me see here. I think you covered it all. Let's see if any questions popped in on my side. All right. Let's see. So, Ms. Patrick Sims wanted to know, how can I find a post that had great momentum but have been unable to find it again? So I guess she was making a post. It sounds like she had some great momentum, then she couldn't locate that post again. She wanted to know how she find it. Yeah.
Got you. Great question, because this is what I do. In fact, that's the reason why I pulled it up over here. So if you notice, this is a post from September 4th. What I usually do is I'll go into the search of Facebook, type in my name, and then if you see, go right over here, it'll show you everything that you posted in your groups, and it'll show you an order of your different posts. So, you know, if I go in, I can see, like here, let me show you. So search. So over here, it's gonna pull up, you know, any posts that have my name in it. So I'll go to post from your group over here, and it's gonna show the different posts, you know, from different times. And so that's the way that you're able to go in and then, you know, so like, let's say, for example, oh yeah, I need to get back to that post from September 4th. So I'll go into it, click on it, it'll pull it up, and then I'm able to, you know, find it, get back into the, you know, comments, pull up the comments, and that way I can go back in to see who all has received the information and who all still needs to receive the information. And then also sometimes, like for example, I'll do it right now. You know, since this was September 4th, you know, obviously this being the 7th, I haven't received another comment since yesterday, the 6th at 4:41 p.m. Central Time. So what I'll do is I'll say something like, everyone that did not receive info, please add me to Messenger. And usually that will begin the process all over again of being juiced, and now I'm having other people that just maybe go into that group or searching in that group or maybe even posting in that group. Now Facebook automatically throws my post right back at to the top for people to see and begin engaging with all over again. So that right there, great question, Mama Sims.
Awesome. And then next question for you is, somebody wanted to know, when you add someone to Messenger, when you say add me to a Messenger, are they basically friending you, like they're becoming your friend on Facebook to add you to Messenger? Is that how that works?
Great question. So usually, some people sometimes they interpret add me to Messenger to sending you friend requests. What it truly means, and I'll show you this young lady here. You go to her timeline, and where does it say? Message right here. Click on message. I've already been chatting with her, so, but you know, up here. So you added, she added me, and then I added her back on Wednesday, 9:09 a.m. And so that's typically what you're doing. You're going in, clicking on Messenger, and then it'll say add on Messenger. That's what they're seeing. By the time you receive it, it'll show up as, usually it shows up as in a Messenger message saying, Angela Gray Carlson wants to connect with you. And you simply go into your messages. Let me see. It's funny because I normally do this from my phone, so looking at it from a computer for me is different. And I haven't done it in a long time from a computer.
You know, Sebastian, you guys are geeks. You guys are tech geeks. This is all new to some of us, all right? I don't do it on or computer, so I got to learn both ways. But I'm excited about this. This is just, looking at you talk to these people you never met before is truly impressive.
So I think, yeah, it'll on my phone it looks different. So, but normally, yeah, it pops up saying, it'll hold on. Yeah, it'll normally just pop up saying, you know, so and so wants to connect with you. What is this? Let me get out of this. Yeah, it'll normally just say, you know, whoever it is wants to connect with you on Facebook. So Angela Gray Carlson wants to connect with you on Facebook. You click on it, then you'll add them back to Messenger because they've already added you first.
Okay,
so
but you're not technically becoming friends and all that. You're just adding each other to Messenger.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Got it.
Right. Now sometimes people do send you a friend request because they don't know the difference. They interpret adding me to Messenger to mean send me a friend request, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because I know how to basically go back into the settings of that person and unfollow them. So I unfollow the post that they have. That way it doesn't show up on my timeline. But at the same time, I'm able to connect with them and still give them the information.
I like that. All right, and the next question is, since they're fastly turning the corner and coming to the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to hit some of these questions. So Mr. Stansel Johnson, superstar of the Atlanta, Georgia area, he want to know, is that a page? Is that page a fan page? I think that's what he's asking. Is that page a fan page?
That I'm posting from?
Yeah,
I'm posting to? Okay. Yeah, great question. So, no, that's a Facebook group. So one of the things that I did was prior to getting started in in Good Life, I had added myself to several different Facebook groups, and then so what I mean is, let me just kind of walk through it. In fact, so let's say it's work from home ASAP, you know, or Carol's World. Here's Carol's World. I'll go into Carol's World, and right here, if I'm not a part of the group, it'll say join. I'll click join and join that Facebook group. That way I can start posting in that group. And sometimes it takes time because it requires an admin of that group to approve you for that group. So, you know, it may take a day or two or whatever. Usually, if I'm in that same group, I get the notification. So a lot of times people I know or people on our team, I go ahead and approve it. But that's typically where I'm posting. I'm not posting from a fan page or to a fan page. I'm posting from my regular account into a group. Let's see. In fact, work from home. So, you know, hold on. Yeah, this will show all the different groups. If you just type in work from home, you know, it'll show all the different groups. So in this case, I'm not a part of this group right here. Work from home UK. Hold on, where's it? Right. work from home UK. So in this instance, I would go in and just hit right here, join group. And then some groups have questions that require you to fill out prior to, make sure you're not spamming or anything like that. That their guidelines or whatever that they want you to abide by. But yeah, I'm actually posting to different Facebook groups, not a page, not a fan page.
And do you need permission to post on those walls, or you can just post how you post it at any time? Somebody scans it or screen it, and then they allow it, or does it go instantly to that page?
Okay, so let me go back to work from home ASAP. Okay, and as you can see, there's close to 54,000 people in this group. But typically, it'll show right here where it's description, must read. Oh, it's pulling up my most frequent post in here. Okay, so right here. So these are pretty much the guidelines, that they say, must read, no spam. These are typically the rules for the page. Most of them allow you to post, but yeah, it says here, do not post any website links or URLs in your post. Obviously this person right here, Guillermo, they're about to get shut down. But yeah, I don't post any links whenever I'm posting. Also, for several reasons. I don't want to be considered a spammer and then get blocked from the group. But also, that's just we're in the business of social marketing, meaning you want to interact, you want to connect with people, you want people to see and hear your heart to some degree. You want to show people that you care more than you're trying to sell them something or you're trying to, stuff an opportunity down their throat. I genuinely enjoy helping people. So for me, it's just a natural thing to do. But, you definitely don't want to, just put, I've seen people go in there and type their website link and expect people to sign up. That's never going to happen. And you're kidding yourself and fooling yourself if you think that it would happen, because you're not connecting with people. People don't see how much you care. They want to connect with you before they're even going to be interested in seeing or hearing your opportunity. So you have to be able to connect with people first.
Wow. So nuggets tonight, brother. That is good education. I'm so glad that you're sharing all this information. Let me see what the next question is. Denise Sands, she wants to know, how do you prevent your posting from going on your timeline? I think you answered that, though, because you're not putting it on your timeline. You're putting those posts in groups. I got you. So we can keep moving with that. So she asked that prior to you. You just answered as you were going on. Okay. Mr. David Richardson, he wants to know, can you cover, I don't know if this makes sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to you. Can you cover how to email friends on Facebook and how to post in groups? Well, you just showed how to post in groups. So, again, you answered that part of the question on your own. But can you cover how to email friends on Facebook?
Yeah, I think what he's referring to is Messenger. So,
yeah.
So, for example, that's pretty straightforward as far as being able to do it in Messenger. You would pretty much pull up your Messenger, and then your friends list should populate. And once your friends list populates, you'll be able to connect with them and share this information with them. Also, keep in mind, this stuff doesn't just work for Facebook. Everything, as far as running the play and being able to send messages, that all works for text messages as well as email as well. But one of the things that I do in Messenger, because Messenger, and I'm struggling to try to find it here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, active contacts. Okay, two quick things. Yeah, because this reminded me of something else too. Active contacts, meaning being able to show. Where is that? Pull online. Maybe. Okay, here we go. So this shows me everybody that's active on my friends list, on my personal friends list that's currently active right now on Facebook. So one of the things I like to do is to be able to reach people when they're on Facebook at the time. You know, sending a random message and hoping that they see it one of these days, to me, isn't good enough. So I like to go in there whenever they're active right now and send them a message. Also, if you guys know, some of you have seen it, but Facebook now has another free opportunity to market, and it's called Your Day, or being able to view your day. That has been an exceptional marketing piece for me that I've utilized through Messenger, and it's because it's a free way for people to connect with you. What it is whenever Facebook will now allow you to, you know, post a picture or something related to your day. It lasts 24 hours and then it expires after 24 hours. So it's a picture, you can post a video, whatever it is, and it'll be seen by, you know, anybody on your friends list. Your friends will also receive a notification letting them know that you added a message to your day. One of the things that I like to do is make my day a Good Life related post, and it's typically specific. I typically use a $200 gift VIP card. The reason why is because I have a scripted message that tells people, thanks for viewing my day.